Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi and this is Creating Naomi, where I make all kinds of things. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this mini moon tote. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I post very irregularly. Alright, to start off, you're going to chain 17 and then do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and each chain to the end you should have 16 single crochets. Alright, and then rows 2, 3, and 4 you're just going to do 16 single crochets, chain 1, and turn your work. For this section we are just working with, well, it's described as color A and color B throughout the pattern. So in this section it's just color A, which is the main color. Alright, so coming up here we're going to begin adding our second color in. So for the pattern, A is color A and B is color B. So row 5 we're going to do 8 single crochets in the color A, which is your main color, and then we'll switch over to the new color, and I am going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so you're going to work your last single crochet, but instead of yarning over and pulling through with color A, you're going to yarn over and pull through with color B. So you see that now I'm not yarning over with color A. I'm going to now add my color B, so yarn over, making sure to keep your tail ends of your yarn on the wrong side. So on this row, the wrong side is the side that's not facing you. And then when we turn the work for the next row, the wrong side will be the side facing you. So always remember to keep the tails on the wrong side. Okay, so then here we just single crochet. And we are going to be floating the yarn across the back, so just to make sure that we continuously have both colors with us. So you can see here I'm going to go through that stitch, but I'm also going to make sure that that color A is inside the stitch, almost sandwiching it, and we're going to alternate that. So in the next stitch, don't sandwich it. So then I only need to do 3, so instead of yarning over with my color B, I'm going to yarn over with my color A to complete the single crochet. And then you just do single crochets all the way to the end with color A. No need to float the yarn to the end because you're only using it in the middle, so just leave that white yarn there. Alright, so here for row 6 we are working on the wrong side of the work, so just make sure your tails stay facing you. It's going to be 6A, 3B, 7A, chain 1 and turn. So I'm going to show you how it looks when you're changing colors from the back side. So on that last stitch I'm going to yarn over with my new color, and then I'm going to work the single crochet. But just making sure to always pull those yarn tails so that they're staying on the back of the work. I can get it kind of twisted and tangled, but just keep it on the back. And so for the next stitch we're going to sandwich that yarn in, so we're just going to be floating it along the back so that we have it the whole time. You can kind of see how I have it on my hook. And then we're just alternating when we sandwich and when we don't. And the reason you do that is so that the yarn color doesn't peek through the front side. You can sandwich it just the whole way through, but you will get that second color sort of peeking through. You can see I made a mistake here. I was not supposed to finish that off with the color B. I was supposed to finish it off with the color A, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. So just drop that yarn over with the new color, pull through, and just make sure that all your tails stay on the back side, and then it's just single crochets all the way to the end. Alright, and so for the next rows, it's basically the same exact thing, just following a different stitch pattern. So it's 6A, 4B, 6A, chain 1 and turn. And for all the rows after that, you should pretty much know what to do because it's the same thing over and over again. I will check back in when I feel like there's something different happening. Alright, so row 17 is the last row that you'll be using that color B, so just follow that sequence, 8A, 3B, 5A, chain 1, and then turn to the end. And when you get to the end of that row, you can just cut off that white yarn, leave a tail so that you can sew it in at the end. But yeah, you did it. If you made it this far, you did it. Okay, and then rows 18, 19, 20, and 21 are just 16 single crochets in that color A, all the way through, chain 1, turn. So you'll have 4 rows of just that solid color A, just to match the bottom. And then in row 22, that is where we will be creating the handle. So just do 4 single crochets and then chain 8, skip the next 8 stitches, so you'll be working into the 9th, and then do 4 single crochets to the end. So your stitch count should remain the same, 16 stitches, but it'll be 8 stitches and 8 chains, if that makes sense. And then in the next row, we are going to work single crochets into all of the stitches, including the chains. So do 4 single crochets, and then if you can see on the tops of the chains, there's those little V's, but if you flip it over on the back, there's like little bumps, and so I'm just counting them there just to like make sure I can find the last one because it was sort of hiding. But I like to work into the back bumps of the chains. If you don't know how to do that, it doesn't really matter. It just gives like a nicer finish. You can just work into the chains however you normally do. Just make sure that you do 8 of them so that your stitch count will remain 16. Alright, and then for the last row, it's just 16 single crochets, fasten off, and weave in all your ends. Okay, I actually don't weave in my ends after these steps where I say to weave in your ends. I wait until the very, very end. But like, really, who likes doing that anyways? It's, for me, the worst part of the whole process is just sewing in those ends. Okay, so then you'll be making 2 panels of, so it's the same exact thing for both sides. You can get creative with the colors. You can really honestly do whatever you want. So to connect them, you're going to line up the panels wrong sides together so that the right sides are facing out, and then just connect them in the top left corner and single crochet all the way down the side. So there were 23 rows, so you want to just get 23 single crochets, 1 for each row, going down the whole left side. And then when you get to the corner, just place 2 single crochets in the same stitch. It just sort of helps turn your work. Alright, and then to attach the bottom, there were 16 single crochets, so just do 1 single crochet in each. So 16 single crochets along the bottom. And honestly, if you do more or less, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. It just won't be as flat. So if you can try, get 16. If you have a little bit more or less, I think it'll be fine. Okay, and then when you get to the corner, just do 2 single crochets in the same stitch to help turn your work and keep things square. And then we are going to be connecting up that last side, so there's 23 rows. Try and get 1 single crochet in each row, so you have 23 single crochets, making sure you're going through both panels for each stitch. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much. If you want, check me out on Instagram at Creating Naomi. I share almost daily updates of my works in progress, and I'm just the most active on there. Alright, and then when you get to the end, just fasten off. I do that by chaining 1 and then cutting off my yarn, weave in all your ends, and you're done. I actually didn't weave in my ends here, I just stuffed them all inside the bag, but it still looks good. If you do end up making this, please share that with me on Instagram using the hashtag MiniMoonTote and tag me at Creating Naomi. I would love, love, love to see your works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe, and a big thank you to anybody who has supported my channel. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support me, you can check out my Ko-fi page. The link is in the description under Buy Me A Kombucha. Thank you so much.